ClowdyWorld, and man, oh man, it seems like Bruno Mars has gotten himself in a pretty sticky situation. He owes the MGM casino residency $50 million in gambling debts, man. But it seems like it might not all be lost, and maybe the information is a little bit clickbaity, and we're gonna talk about it. So Bruno Mars has allegedly been racking up an enormous amount of debt, approximately $50 million in cash at Las Vegas, while performing at his much acclaimed residency. A residency is basically when a very big artist or performer, etc., basically works with a casino and has a contract where they'll perform, let's say, for 2.5 months, and they'll get free room and board along with amenities and casino perks. If it's a really big casino, it works out great, and it actually works both sides a lot. So Mars has been performing residencies in Las Vegas almost non-stop since 2016 after signing a multi-year partnership with MGM Resorts. Big money and a very big deal. So according to News Nation, Mars' gambling losses have been heavy, and he has amounted a debt that outpaces what he's being paid. Now, a source allegedly told the outlet he basically owns him. MGM has a strong control over him, in that he makes $90 million a year off the deal he did with the casino, but then he has to pay back his debt. And Bruno Mars has allegedly been an avid gambler since his teenage years, and really has spoke on it only a few times, saying that really, I used to be like a loudmouth, you know, the guy people would want to take his money. If you do get them to lose, they're out for you, they're gunning for you. Mars said at the time, and that's when they're weak, and that's when you jump or pounce on them. So he knows he's a little bit of a stickler, fam. Seems like he knows that he get got. That's funny, bro. I feel like I appreciate that, bro. It really shows, like, it's like, yeah, he said, I'm gonna get got, but I'm gonna get them got more than they get me got on got gim. y'all know the Marshall Lynch thing, bro. I'll figure it out. I'll put it somewhere. So he also claimed that he was 19 the first time he visited a casino, basically saying that it didn't just come out of nowhere. How long he's been kind of in a way shaped by gambling and shaped by, you know, the bright stars. I remember my first bet, my hand was shaking and a guy called me out on it, embarrassed me. You gotta lose, you just have to lose to win, to understand. Now, the acclaimed singer has had a residency in Park MGM since 2016, which was recently extended well into 2024. So he's been on here like locked in, and that makes a lot of sense now that he comes out and makes a real big banger every now and then goes back to lock in with the resorts, because that's big money. That's big money. Play your biggest hits and then get your money up and then get paid 2-3 M's a night. Honestly, that's not a bad deal if I had to say so myself. So the residency was originally supposed to wrap up last August, but he has continued to extend his stay in Sin City, though it is unknown if this is because of the alleged debt he owes MGM. Now, Bruno Mars has so far performed 100 shows as part of his current residency, as well as 48 and 22 that saw him perform alongside Anderson .Paak and Silk Sonic. Basically, he's been locked in and doing his big thing. Now, the residency has been attended by over 120,000 people and has grossed more than $53 million, becoming the highest grossing MGM concert residency in history. So it's not just about it being one-sided for, you know, Bruno Mars. He's bringing in a lot of money and a lot of dough to them. It's a real well-praying thing, because even if the casino breaks even on just the ticket sales and things like that, these people aren't just here to watch a show, they're here to spend money. So if they're breaking even just on them actually showing up and going there off the tickets, everything is a profit, and an exponential profit, because it's a day-to-day thing. Every profit increases day by day exponentially off the potential values. These casinos are ran by not just, you know, the brutes or the entertainment people, things like that. There are literal scientists that study to make sure and figure out exactly how long we stay, don't stay, like a certain sound, like a certain image. They pump smells and chemicals in the rooms to give us a certain vibe. They make certain sounds go off that trigger certain endorphins at certain amounts that go off in our brain. This is not conspiracy stuff. This is basic ideas and understandings. They even pump chemicals in different organizations that I know of. I think they were doing that in Target, Walmart, etc., where they just pump a certain smell that smells nice, that makes you want to shop and be there, or just the fresh smell. Yes, there's a smell that makes the smell fresh. I know, right? Crazy. But just telling you all that this man Bruno Mars, like, these people are not dumb that are planning this with the business. And if Bruno Mars was goofy enough to get him into debts like that, he's only making it icing on the cake and making it free play for the company as a whole for themselves. So as well as his own hits, the show also sees Bruno Mars perform covers of songs from the likes of Stevie Wonder, the Beatles, Gwen Stefani, and as often as the genuine fans suggest. Basically saying that Bruno Mars is basically gonna have a continued long-standing respectful residency, and people don't see him going nowhere no time soon. Now I'm pretty happy about that, and that's because I actually am a pretty big fan of Bruno Mars. I don't listen to his music on some day-to-day stuff, but I have a pretty good amount of his music in my playlist, and I just think that he's a pretty cool dude. He's worked pretty hard, he's done it. We've seen him go from that dude who made the cringy basic stuff to making some really good sentimental emotional hits, and I feel like it's really hard to see that type of development in a lot of artists and creatives these days, because it feels like the industry itself has changed to where they don't want to cultivate, they just want to force mass produce, suck out the energy, and then hit the next one. And it makes sense. It'd be hard. Think of it like a good, it's hard to find the good, but it's easy to find the bull. It's easy to make motion off the bull than, to find and cultivate some good. But if you have the talent to cultivate and do that, you'll have a much bigger chance and much bigger exponential value of gain. Basically saying taking time and feeding and working with and growing with an artist is a lot better than trying to sign a bunch of randoms that aren't blowing up off a trendy song or two. It's way easier overall to just cultivate and naturally develop an artist that you think has potential. And I feel like Bruno Mars has not only started to untap his full potential, but I feel like he's always really been that solo guy. And there's only a few artists in this era that can really give solo energy. And I think that Bruno Mars gives that aura, fam. Like, he's put the time in. He has hits for days, man. Like, this dude, it's really pretty impressive how many hits this dog has, man. Like, that's one thing that I think about artists don't always think about as a whole, is their hit catalog has to be there to really get that big money. Like, Just the Way You Are, Talking to the Moon, Locked Out of Heaven, That's What I Like, Treasure, Leave the Door Open, When I Was Your Man. Oh, I'm teeing up just because, like, bro, this dude has a catalog, bruh. And that ain't even like the most knowns. I'm talking about the Lazy song, Wake Up in the Sky, 24 Karat Magic, Marry You, It Will Rain, Versace on the Floor, Please Me. This man has hits. He has hits. That's why he's the GOAT. The GOAT. Basically just saying, bro, that Bruno Mars is making very smart motion moves, and don't just let the media or the clickbait fool you. Yes, that is the money that he owes, I'm assuming, overall, but he's making a profit every night. Hundreds of thousands per profit every night. Million plus, S profits per week. So just think about that when people are saying that he's broke or this, that, the other. Understand, Bruno Mars is gonna be here for a while, and honestly, I don't think anyone wants to see him go anytime soon. But ClowdyWorld, and let me know what y'all are thinking, bro. Do y'all feel like Bruno Mars is going broke and that the headlines are trying to sensationalize it? Do you feel like Bruno Mars is, trying to find himself again and get back in that groove? Do y'all want to see new music from Bruno Mars? What's y'all mind up? And let me know. ClowdyWorld, and we gone.